not Lord Farquaad.
Now that you've made that connection in my head, I think you might have completely ruined the whole movie. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'll never participate in watching that franchise ever again. Wow.
No,
I can't
Shrek
believe you
is
do
so
that.
good.
I will
Shrek
never,
is so good.
I will never lay eyes on Shrek ever again. And you have yourself to blame. Fuck
Sorry.
you.
I'm sorry. I ruined it.
I expect a letter in the mail.
I'll write you a letter.
Thank you.
Moving on to the debates. If you are joining and you think being lesbian is wrong, click the guest quest to debate.
Hello.
What's up? How old are you?
22.
Okay, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
No.
Alright, take it easy. Only join if you do think being lesbian is wrong.
Hi, Carl.
What's up, Carl?
Can people not read?
No, they cannot. If you're watching and you think being lesbian is wrong, click the guest request to debate. What's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year?
I didn't realize I was joining because you thought that, or you think that lesbian is being right. All I have to say is live, laugh, love, lesbian.
Period. Take it easy.
Her.
Alright, if you're joining right now and you think being lesbian is wrong, click the guest request to debate. What's up, Max? Again, if you're watching and you think being lesbian is wrong, click the guest request to debate. Run up the likes and shares. Share it with the homophobic family member so I can debate them. Why does it matter if people think it's wrong? Because it affects us and our legislation, that's why.
Period.
Alright. Oh, and he was a fairy. Again, if you're watching and you think being lesbian is wrong, click the guest quest to debate.
Yo,
What's up, how old are you?
18,
What year?
2006.
Okay, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
Not necessarily. I just want to come on here and say I'm glad that you guys are out doing this, and it's good to do.
Oh, thank
Period.
you.
Appreciate you. Take it easy, man.
You too.
Thank you. Alright. Moving on. This person was in the last debate. They said they wanted a respectful debate, so. Hey, what's up? How old are you?
Hello, I'm 18.
Alright, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
So I personally don't think it's wrong, but I think that it's like valid to think it's wrong. So that's kind of what I want to debate about.
Okay. You throw me your points.
So kind of to elaborate on what I said, I feel like I personally don't think it's wrong. I'm bi, I guess that's what I would classify myself. But I feel like I have friends who are homophobic, and I don't really take much like hatred from them. Now, like obviously, if people are being disrespectful just because of my choices, that's different. I don't want to be around them. But I feel like there are some people who just don't agree with being part of LGBTQ, and I think that's a completely valid belief if they just think that way. I feel like that's fine.
Do you think it's valid to be a misogynist?
I do not.
Why?
Because people are just like born as a woman. Like that's not something that someone should go against. And it's different from, I feel like that's different from LGBTQ because.
No, so I'm tracking your logic here. So you think it's wrong to be a misogynist, right?
No, I do not.
But in this, you don't think it's wrong to be a misogynist?
Sorry, I apologize. I do think it's wrong.
Okay.
I misheard.
So, why do you think it's wrong to be a misogynist?
Because people are born as women, and I also agree that people are born.
Okay, and people are born. They're not born GAY, but they can't choose to be lesbian, right?
Yes, I agree with that. Because
Okay.
it's just kind of what happens with you. You don't really.
Exactly. So whenever we have people that hold to these hateful ideologies that change our legislation, that commit the crimes against us, you don't think we should challenge that and change their mind when they don't have a leg to stand on for why it's wrong?
I feel like you said like commit crimes, etc. I feel like that's different because that's showing more hatred and less of just a belief that you don't think it's okay.
But it stems from them thinking it's wrong.
Yes, I suppose.
Everything stems from somebody thinking it's wrong, right?
Yes. I
Okay,
agree with that.
that's why you should challenge those people. We shouldn't just allow people that think that graping somebody is okay and they just think that that's okay, right? We should challenge those people. We shouldn't just allow
Yes.
to have like them to have those thoughts.
Yeah, I think we should challenge this because that's when it turns from just a disagreement to like some type of hatred.
And that's the exact point I'm making with when people think that this is wrong, they start one, you don't have a leg to stand on for why it's wrong. If you actually argue with these people, they can't make a point unless it's religion, but even then I can still say you believe in a fairy tale. But regardless, that's my entire point is it starts with I think it's wrong and then ends with some sort of hatred.
But it doesn't
And that's what we've
always.
seen, but that's what we've seen all throughout time.
It is what we see, and that's what happens with groups, but that's not what happens with everyone. Like, I mean, for example, if we just take a random example, like graffiti, I personally would never go like graffiti something, but if someone else is doing it, I'm just gonna be like, that's their expression. I wouldn't do it. I feel like that's like illegal. But like, if it's their expression, I'm gonna stay out of their way and let them do it and not really get
Yeah,
in
but
the
they have
way.
a choice not to do it. We don't have a choice in this day. I mean, unless I want to be celibate. Like, that's it. Those are our choices. Be celibate or don't. Like, love and companionship between two consenting adults that's not incest is not harmful in any sort of problem.
Yeah. Well, like,
Can't
so
really compare graffiti because that's a choice, and I know because my dad's an artist.
yeah, that's true. You're right. I apologize for my bad.
No, bro, it's okay.
Whatever.
It's okay. I know you're just trying to make an analogy. Like I totally
Yeah.
like followed you. I understood what you were saying. I just
I'm
wanted
just
you
trying
to
to
see
like
the
understand
flaw
you.
in there that like one is a choice. They can choose not to graffiti. Like that's an action to go and graffiti something. But
Yeah.
this isn't a choice. Like this love and like this orientation is not a choice and it's not harmful. So to hold like an opinion that it's wrong with nothing to back is literally just prejudice, and prejudice leads to more harmful things.
Okay, so with that, prejudice leads to a lot of harmful things. That definitely does happen. Like every harmful thing that happens because there's some type of prejudice to begin with, but that's not always true.
But that doesn't matter
Why does it not matter?
because any sort of prejudice in my mind is wrong.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that something bad is going to come out of it. It may just be a
That
simple.
doesn't matter though because that's the reason that they are doing bad things to begin with.
Like if we have like obviously a very charged issue right now, or not even issue, just like different ideologies left and right. I mean, I feel like there's not really a correct one because, like, I mean, the population's so split. I personally lean more left. I feel like that doesn't really matter though.
Yeah, but you got to remember, like the population is split right now because of religion, and because of religion.
Okay.
That's why we're so split.
Okay.
That's where all of these came from. Like most of all of the prejudices come from religion. Because if you took all of the like take all religion away, like and forced to make your own morals, like I wonder how different things would be.
Okay. I feel like it's not all religion. Like I know economics plays a big role in it. For example, I mean, I know a lot of like richer families favor Republican.
Not always. Where I live is rich and it's mainly Democrat.
Not always, but I feel like Republican definitely favors the rich. Do you agree with that?
I would say Trump favors the rich, not the Republican Party.
Okay,
Like
yeah, yeah.
Trump is
I agree.
very different than most of the Republican Party.
All right, so let's take that. Like, do you think that one is necessarily right or one is necessarily wrong? Because that's kind of
Like
the way
the Republican over the Democrat, do I think one is right and what is wrong?
in terms of economic policy.
Yes, one, especially if it comes to like who's fighting for what rights, and then, or we're talking about like economic policies. Sam, you might know more on this than me.
I would say yes, because a lot of conservative policy doesn't necessarily aim to reduce harm. And by that I mean a lot of the time conservative policy is rooted in the individual and the individual having things like tax cuts or focusing on their own monetary benefit, when on the other side a lot of democratic policy aims for like reallocating funds to places like education or to homeless people. And I think that that mitigates harm, which is where my morals stand. So I definitely say, most of the time anyway, Democratic policy would be more moral than Republican policy. But of course, there are exceptions to this.
I see a lot that a lot of people feel that taxes aren't even used, like they're not allocated where they should go. I feel like that's a difference in beliefs. Like for example, there's a lot more of taxes that go for like I don't know, can't think of an example. Let's just say like one program, and then compared to education, because like we know that education gets very little funding, right? So like
True.
maybe if I like to call myself a liberal, maybe I would think like, well, these taxes aren't really going to what I would want them to go to anyway, so why would I care? And then maybe that will make me lean more towards the red side. You know what I mean?
Well, sure, but the problem with that is with the little bit of tax money that we have, the allocation of taxes, that is also up to representatives. So if you think that taxes are not being allocated properly, that's something that you take up with the government. But if you pick a candidate that you know is likely to fuck you over regardless of how many taxes you pay, do you think that like Trump, for example, would be doing good things with your taxes?
Yeah, probably not Trump, but there are other. I feel like there could be other candidates. There aren't currently. But I feel like there could be other candidates on a different side that would properly represent my wants, my needs.
Well, sure. I definitely think it's possible, but a lot of the time, especially fiscal conservatives, they're more worried about how much money they can have rather than how much money other people can have access to, especially if you're going to have like a politician that's in like the 1%. If you have like
Which
a
is
billionaire
tax.
candidate, right.
His
If you have,
his literal tax plan, which we're still in today, benefits people over 500,000 and least benefits people making under 50,000. It only benefits the top 1%.
yeah, if you're a billionaire, then conservative policy would benefit you a lot because a lot of the time, conservative monetary policy is aiming for tax cuts or trying to help people cut corners in businesses, which benefits the people at the top, but then the employees are fucked. And I don't think that's okay.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Okay, we're kind of really far off topic, but
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
I realized that too. I apologize.
No
Good,
worries.
Okay, so
I think since you're not an op, I'll just probably move on. But I would say that any prejudice in any sort of sense that, especially something that you can't choose, like this, and that doesn't harm anybody, I would say that it increases the chances, like any prejudice increases the chances of those violent harms happening, and we should challenge anybody's beliefs on that.
okay, I appreciate how polite you were during this. I
Oh
appreciate
yeah,
it.
you were super nice, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Trying to understand the different views and everything.
Yeah. Well,
All
take
right.
it easy, brother.
You as well.
All right. Moving on to the next guest.
God damn it.
I wish this dude in the chat would come up and join. Thank you so much for the heart. What's up? How old
Don't
are
be a
you?
coward,
Hey, how you
bestie.
doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Cool. Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
How old are you?
Thank you for the heart.
I'm 26.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think being a lesbian is wrong?
Well, in my standards, yes. In your standards, no. And I feel like we can't hold each other in our own standards. Because for me, it will be wrong because, and this is just my opinion, it will be wrong because it will just kind of mess up with the younger generation mind and be like, oh, it's okay to love your kind, like you and your thing, and you can do whatever with them. But then when they grow up and they're gonna be like, okay, okay, this is okay, so I can be with this person even though they don't want me, or even though they're like not my friend and they don't want to have like the same feelings that I do have.
I'm sorry?
I was saying that it will be wrong in my standards
No.
because
I got all of that.
Yeah.
Up until you went after what's it called? When you said they'll grow up to think it's okay, I was gonna then ask you why would it not be okay? But then you continued and said that they'll think that people are their friend and such. What does that mean?
Yeah, so they could grow up thinking it's okay, and then they look at their friend, and their friend could be straight, and they'd be like, okay, I like this person, I have feelings for them, and then it will be mixed in their mind, and then they want to like do stuff with them or be with them, and then their friend will say, no, I'm not into that, and
Well, yeah, but
that's when the
this has nothing to do with being lesbian because this happens all the time for different reasons. Sometimes you like
Straight men
someone
do it
that
to
doesn't like
straight.
you.
Yeah, straight
And yeah,
straight men
that
do it to
too.
lesbian women all the time.
Straight men fetishize lesbian women all the time. As
This
a matter
isn't-
of fact, a lot of the time when I hold these debates, people assume I'm lesbian. My mind.
I don't know about changing someone's mind, but I know that it's like if you feel something and if you just act on it, it doesn't make sense. You have to always think about it.
Think about what?
Like you said, there's people fetishes like about lesbians, and they know like these people they like the girl, like you probably gonna like the girl, and I'm not gonna just go up to you and be like, oh no, I can change your mind, because I feel like that's wrong to do, because
Yeah, we
that's
also
not
think
how they
it's
feel.
wrong to do, and lesbians don't only do that. So by your logic,
Being
It's-
a
it's
straight
just-
man would be wrong.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Straight
Okay,
men
so do you think
are
being a
wrong for
straight man
doing
is
that
wrong?
because
Whoa.
Thank you so much for the heart me.
no, I'm saying like straight men that doing this type of stuff, it's wrong because if they know the girl is
Yeah,
not
anything
attracted to them,
non-consensual is wrong.
yeah,
Yeah.
is not attracted to them.
How does that
why
have
would
to
they
pertain
go
to
and
being
do-
a lesbian?
How's it? I'm sorry. What was that question?
How does that how does that pertain to being lesbian if both parties do it?
No, I was just asking. I was just answering that question that she said that men fetishes. But going back to being a lesbian, if it's wrong on my standards, I was saying that is wrong in my standards. For your standards would be right.
Yeah,
For
what
my
are your
standards would be
standards, brother? That's what it's a debate. So you have to tell us your standards.
well, like I just said, my standards is wrong to do or date the same sex. That's my standards.
Well,
And your
yeah, but
standards is
why?
not.
Because what you stated previously can happen to any demographic. If we use what we did before, I said that straight men hit on lesbians and they don't like it. You said that sometimes queer people hit on straight people and they don't like it. But you use that to come to the conclusion that being lesbian is wrong. So on the flip side, you would have to say being straight is equally wrong.
No, it's not, because that's not anticlimactic. Like if you gonna like someone,
Anticlimactic, bro. I don't think you know the word. I don't think you have the tact for this conversation, respectfully. You just use something that
anticlimactic means is not what it is. Like ironic. Come on, don't try
That's
to like
not
change
what
the
that
subject.
means.
no.
Just don't try to change the subject. Hold on.
We're not changing the
Nobody's
subject.
changing the
it's
subject. I'm
just-
saying that you don't have the tact to have this conversation.
All right, you changing the subject. Listen, it is
I'm not changing the
anticlimactic.
subject. I said you don't have the tact for this conversation.
It is anticlimactic to think that a straight man will hit on a woman.
What's the
because
definition
they're
of an
lesbian,
anticlimactic?
And then
Or
a woman.
What's the definition of anticlimactic?
It's something that would. It's like a plot switch. It's not the same. It's not what you think the
No.
outcome is.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, you should look
It's
it
when
up.
it's when you previously have high expectations for something and those
Yes,
expectations
that's a
are not
plot
met.
twist. Come on.
It's not a plot twist,
A
homie.
plot
That's why.
twist, no,
Hey,
because
hold on,
the
hold on.
outcome- because
Hold
the
on. That's
outcome
why
is
there's
not the
two
same.
words. Hey, if you would be quiet for 1 second. A plot twist. Why would we create two words for the same thing? A plot twist is different than anticlimactic.
No, you can use a definition to explain a word by using another word.
No,
That doesn't-
it's
you
causing
make no sense
disappointment
by
at the
saying
end of an
that.
exciting
You
or
make no
impressive.
sense.
No, be quiet for 1 second. Thank you very much. Causing disappointment at the end of an exciting or impressive series of events. That's what anticlimactic means.
That's exactly what I just said. It's a plot twist.
That's not what a plot twist is.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yes.
I'm gonna. It sounds like you're forgetting the nuances between these two words. As someone who has taught English, I'm gonna try and explain this to you the best way possible.
A plot twist is not
So-
a disappointment at the end of a series of events.
So
A plot
this
twist is
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You guys
The
stuck
only-
on the wrong
no,
thing. I'm
it
saying
does
in my
matter because you're
in
using
my
the word
standards,
wrong.
lesbian will be wrong. For your standards,
why?
lesbian is
Why?
right.
Why is it wrong?
I told
Why?
you because for me thinking that I will date the same sex is wrong, and that's it. That's
Why?
it.
Why? That's a circular
Why?
argument. Why?
There's no why, because if you look at someone
What do you
and
mean?
you say
There's no why?
because at the end of the day, it's a choice that if you want to act on. At the end of the day, it's always a choice. You're gonna
So I
act
should
on
be.
it.
So I should be celibate.
Or you just actually try being with men. Like, it doesn't matter.
Why don't you try to
For
be
you.
with men?
That's what I'm saying. For me, I might have those thoughts. I might have those thoughts that I want to be
And
with
what's
a man.
wrong with those thoughts?
Well, because it's not true. It's like, okay,
It's not
this is-
true. Give me
Yeah,
a
it's not
source.
true.
Closet. It's
Give me a
glass.
source.
The closet
Give me a
is made
source
of
that sexual
crystal.
orientation is a
Okay.
choice.
Do
Give
I-
me a
do I-
source that says sexual
Okay,
orientation is a
okay,
choice.
stop.
Give me a source that says sexual orientation is a choice. You don't get to speak until you give me a source that says sexual orientation is a choice. Thank you very much.
The closet is made of finely polished crystal. I can't do it.
You keep cutting me off.
Yeah,
Well, no.
so until you find me a source that says sexual orientation is a choice or that it's harmful, then you can speak. Give me a
How
source.
am I gonna give you a source? if you're
Swipe
gonna
out of
cut
the
me off?
app when you
I mean,
when you
no,
swipe
no,
out,
give me a
you won't
sec.
be removed if you would listen for 5 seconds.
No,
if you
no,
swipe
no,
out,
no, you cut me off too
okay,
many times.
all
You
right,
cut me
bye,
off too-
toodaloo. Baby bottles in the chat. Moving along.
Cry.
The door isn't even there. What's up, Rodney? How old are you?
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm
do you
49.
Thank you.
Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
Well, I wouldn't use the word wrong. It's just I don't know what word to use to describe that.
Well, wrong is kind of the word that you would have to use for this conversation. So, do you think it's wrong? Because like, if you don't, that's fine. It just means that this wouldn't be a great debate.
I'll define it as is not normal. I'm not saying not normal is a wrong thing, but it's not normal. That's all.
Okay.
It might be wrong not to be normal for some people, but for me,
Okay. So
being not normal is not wrong until you. I don't know. There's a threshold that you gotta pass until it gets wrong, probably. But
what?
you know, right?
No,
right.
actually, I don't. Could you elaborate?
Well, it's through my it's my Christian faith. You know. It's
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
Knew
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
I already knew
yeah,
it.
Figured.
No. But let me
Yeah, there
explain it from this point of view, because I'm not allowed to judge you or whatever you are, because we're all
Too late.
sinners. We're all
You already
sinners.
did. You came up here to specifically tell me that it was wrong, which is condemnation in your book.
No,
Condemnation is a complete
yeah.
disapproval
Well,
of.
exactly. That's what I didn't wanna.
Oh, but under your worldview, you can't not bring it up because it's what your entire world is. And I
Well,
know
but
that.
it's not your fault that you are lesbian. It's not like you decided to be lesbian. It's not like
Well, I'm glad we agree on that one.
it's not like you someday decide like, okay, I'm gonna go and become a lesbian and promote lesbianism like a normal thing. I think you're trying to defend yourself and the way you feel, right?
I'm challenging people on their beliefs.
No, I
because
understand you're
think
challenging,
they're-
but I'm talking about your life. You're trying to you're trying to put it out there that as you're a lesbian, people should be more concerned about your needs or sort of things, right?
No,
you're trying to
not at
defend
all.
you're trying to defend who you are. I mean, why
I'm
you
not
should
trying
be-
to defend who I am. When have I spoken about myself?
No, I know.
I'm trying
but
to intellectually challenge people on why they think that being
But
a lesbian is wrong. So
why
you're
you're
just wrong
doing
about
it?
that.
But that's the reason you're doing it.
I'm not trying to
because-
defend myself. I don't need to defend myself. Whether or not I do these debates, I don't give
No,
a
no,
shit
not
what people think about
yourself.
me
Not
being a lesbian.
yourself.
I don't
but-
care about what people think about me, brother. I'm doing this so
Well,
people stop writing legislation, and I'm doing this
it's
so that I'm challenging people intellectually because people don't know why they hold morals. And then when they say something is immoral, they don't fucking know what they mean by that. And especially
right.
Christian people, because I think Christians are the most selfish believers on the planet, and their morals are very selfish. And you
Well, I
only care about
agree.
you and God and not anybody else.
Yes, I agree. On my point of view, without sounding a little selfish or anything, I understand. I understand your situation. I mean, not too many Christians know this, so let's not to judge Christian people because Christian people are very ignorant, and not too many people Christians get the time to know God or pray or read the
Actually, I
scripture.
judge Christians because your book is horrendous. That's why.
You don't like the book, okay?
Not at all.
So,
No, I think your God does horrendous shit. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't be
I agree.
surprised. I
I
wouldn't be
agree with
surprised that
that.
you guys fall under where your morals fall
No,
because
no,
your
I
book
agree
says
with that.
horrendous shit.
God brought the flood that kills millions of people. God killed millions of people. I agree with that. God is
Okay,
God. I mean,
so then why you fuck with him
that
like that?
doesn't mean he's bad. That means he's God. You know, it's the problem is you don't understand what God means. I mean, you
God
take
isn't
God as a
real to
person.
me, so I really could care less. But
Oh
regardless of
yeah,
what
I
God is in
know.
the Bible, I don't believe in God. But I also
Right.
think that the Bible is fucking horrendous.
I have the
And it
opposite
does show
view,
me
but
because if
we
behavior
can
is a
agree
language,
on that.
then what is God telling me? That he's a torturous, narcissist, fucking egomaniac. He's crazy. That's what it tells me by
Right.
what he does all throughout the Bible.
But you gotta understand why he does things because
Yeah,
if you
so
just
I was religious, but there's no fucking explanation for like Numbers 15:32 through 36 penalty for the Sabbath. There's no explanation for the slavery in the Bible. There's no explanation that
what
would be
was the
needed for
first
a
one?
lot of the
Sorry, I didn't. What was the
the
first one
first
about the Sabbath?
yeah, about the God commanding this man to be stoned for violating the Sabbath.
Right.
Abraham and Isaac, the first book in the Bible, that shit's horrendous.
But that's because you're a little ignorant about all these
I'm not
things.
ignorant. I'm not
Well,
ignorant about
can
these
I explain
things.
about the Sabbath just a
I
little
know what
quick?
the Sabbath is. I don't give a
Yes.
fuck. I don't care about the Levitical law, the
But
Mosaic
you
law, of
brought it
what the
up.
times in were. Yes, and I know all the context, otherwise I wouldn't be speaking about it. Do you realize that? Why would I speak about something I'm ignorant about? That's kind of fucking stupid. I'm on a platform where anybody can talk to me, and if I didn't know what I was talking about, why the fuck would I talk about it?
But I'll just say that Christians were very ignorant, even though they call themselves Christians, or they call themselves that once they were Christians.
I don't
Because
care what people call themselves. I'm talking about your God.
I absolutely agree. You know that God came to die for our sins, right? That I mean, if you're a Christian, you know the
Yeah, and
basic that
I find it really fucking hilarious that God had to come down as himself in human form, sacrifice himself
yeah.
to himself and as a loophole for his own rules when he could have just forgiven us. I find it kind of
Right,
ironic.
right. It's the story of Christianity, right? A God that
Yeah, it's just
came from a
stupid. I don't care.
virgin and
Yeah, I don't care. How
didn't
old was Mary?
sin
How old
just
was
to die
Mary?
so we can be saved, right?
How old was
I
Mary?
understand that, but I'm not going to that. I'm going to the passage that when he came and died for our sins, right?
I don't
After
give a
that,
fuck.
he changed all those
Oh, he
things that
changes? Or he
no,
changes
no,
the
he changed
rules?
all the Sabbath. For example, he said, no, no, you know the law that says stoning people. He changed that if you have no sin, throw the first stone. So when he died for our
Does
sins,
Does God
he
change? Why did
introduces
he need to
love
come down? Why did God need to come down in human form to change the laws that he created?
because he's the only one capable of doing something like nobody else can.
He created everything. He didn't have to create it in perfection from the
Right,
beginning. That's why I don't believe your God exists. I
right,
could
but
care less for this stupid fucking
right,
statement.
exactly. But by his laws, he needed no human in sin or in sinful situation can save himself except somebody
I don't care.
who came from
Why?
the
If
outside
you,
without sin,
this is.
you
I don't
know?
care. I don't care.
Okay, I didn't came to say that. I just came to because you just bring me all over the Bible, but I just came to say something about the scripture that's the way I understand lesbians, right? That's how I understand
Yeah.
homosexuality
So
or
you believe it's
all.
wrong. You believe it's wrong
No, no,
because
no,
God
no,
says
no.
so.
No. I didn't understand that it's wrong. I understand there's a subproduct of human beings separating from God when you separate yourself from God, you tend to not only commit sin, right? But it's like God. It takes some time. That's how the Bible explains it. When you separate
Can you
yourself from
prove
God,
that God
you
is
don't.
real? I'm so tired. Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm done. I'm trying to get this man to
Yeah.
fucking join because he got a lot to say in the comments. I'm trying to figure out how I can get him to.
Oh, click on him and then you can. And when you click on him, if the the menu comes up, there's gonna be in the bottom left. Yeah, in the bottom left corner, 2 people. Click that, and it'll send him an invite.
Oh, okay. Come on up, big cowboy. You got a lot to say in the comments. If you're a real man, you'd join. If you're a real man, you'd join. Don't just sit in the comments all nice and cutesy. Come on up.
Nice and cutesy. I can't breathe.
Come on, cowboy.
We're waiting.
Go on.
I hate that when I have my
He
glasses
didn't
off, I
accept my
can't see the
request.
comments. Aww. He's a coward. Raise your hand if you're shocked. Notice how all our hands are down? Crazy.
What's up? How old are you?
Hello. Sorry?
How old are you? How old are you?
30.
Okay.
So why are you being so angry and upset? Are you not happy in your life with who you are?
Oh my god, please. Ew.
Hold on a second. We're having a conversation.
No, we're not. This is so condescending and weird.
But hold on a second. You showed
No, I'm super happy. I'm
This
actually
is-
super
this
happy
is
in my
so,
life.
This is so condescending and weird. Why are we
Well, I think
psychoanalyzing
you're condescending and weird.
strangers?
Did you ask me what I thought about you?
I am being condescending on
Did
purpose
you
right
ask
now, yes.
me about what I thought about you? I think you're
No,
arrogant,
and
pompous,
I don't care.
but I don't go and tell you, do I?
I
Well,
don't
if you don't
care.
then why are you on the platform then if you don't care
Because
about people?
I don't invite people to. I do care about people. I just don't care about your
No,
opinion.
you don't care about people. You don't,
I just
and
don't
that's
care
why you don't
about
know
your
God. You actually
opinion. I just
think
don't
that
care
God
about
cares
your
about you right now?
opinion. I
doesn't care,
hope he
that's why you don't
doesn't,
know
because
God.
God is a horrendous individual.
That's
I
why
hope
you
he doesn't
don't
care
know
about
God.
me.
God doesn't want to come near
God
you.
thinks
do you understand?
slavery is
In the Bible,
okay.
God is cool.
God doesn't want to
Do you
come near
understand?
us.
I hope.
He
I
doesn't
hope
want
he
to come
That's
stays
all
as
good
far
for us
away
all.
from me
your
as
temple.
possible.
That's
He
funny
I
can't
for
live
hope
in
us
your
all.
God
Good.
stays
temple.
as
You
far
have no
away from me
light.
as
Do you understand?
possible.
What comes out of
I
your mouth
hope
is
that
venomous.
God wants nothing
Alright?
to do with me.
And stop brainwashing
God thinks
everybody.
that
Everybody has a
slavery is
right to their
okay.
views and
I don't want to
opinions.
be
They were
around
born the
someone
way
who
they
thinks
are. Who are
slavery
you
is
to tell
okay,
them what
my
to do?
love. I'd really rather
And for
stay
the
away from
host,
someone who thinks
you should
slavery is
repent because at
okay.
Judgment Day you're gonna have to account for everything you did here on earth.
Yeah, prove
I
God's
don't.
real.
Yeah,
Prove
That
God's
guy
real.
that came up here, that
Prove
guy
God's
that
real.
came up here,
Prove God's real.
God's real.
Prove God's real.
I already know God. I've known God since 14.
That's not
okay.
The Holy
proof.
Spirit.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
not
and
That's not
I
proof.
received 8 supernatural experiences and 3 divine gifts. Okay, no, you can say what you want, but nothing formed
Okay.
against me will prosper.
Muslims have the
You
same
don't know
thing.
God
Would you
because you
say?
didn't seek out with your whole heart. You
Shawty,
only
I
had
got
a
fucking Hebrew
religion.
tatted on my
The
neck.
religion didn't work for you. You don't understand?
No.
So you can
No.
be what you want, but you don't get the right to come up on
Yeah, we
social
do.
media.
We absolutely
and,
have the
and
right.
post
Cry.
maybe, why is being lesbian wrong?
I don't have the.
Why
I don't
would
have
you
the
even
right to
ask
sit up
that?
here.
Like, are you insecure about yourself that you have to ask that?
No,
No,
it's
I'm-
because
why-
people who
are you
think it's
insecure?
wrong.
If you're
people
insecure,
who think
you would
people
be
who
doing
If you
think
would
something
let
it's
us speak,
inspirational right
Cora,
now.
hey Cora, if you could be quiet for a
Thank
second,
you.
and maybe if you're asking,
Of course
just
you're
are
gonna
you
mute
just
me because truth
yeah
hurts,
because
doesn't
because
it?
you're
are you
talking
asking
too
questions?
much.
Are you
You can't
asking
face the
questions?
truth. That's why you mute
Are
me
you
because
asking
you're weak.
questions?
Do you understand? You don't
okay,
have
you're
the
a
Holy
great
Spirit.
Christian.
You got wickedness
You're
in you. You got wickedness
you're a
in you,
great
man.
Christian, aren't
And you
you?
got to repent.
You're a great
because
Christian. You're
Aren't
helping
you
me.
supposed to be studying the Bible right now?
You're a great
Go
Christian
crack
of why
that
I
bitch
don't want to
open.
believe in your stupid
Who cares
faith,
if you're
even if it was
lesbian,
real.
but everybody cares
Even
about
if
how
it
you
was
treat
real,
people.
even if it was, and you're treating us like shit,
Rotten
and you're
things will
treating
come
us like
upon you.
shit. You're treating us like shit.
What you sow.
What's the difference between you and
Understand?
me? You're
Reap what
treating
you
us like
sow.
shit.
So you can
You're
be angry
hilarious.
and upset, but I
You're also coming up here calling us a bunch of names, so you're no better than anybody else. You're no better than
Okay.
anybody else. You're doing the same fucking shit, and you won't shut up for a second. You're doing the same shit.
everything
You're
comes
doing
out
the
of your
same fucking shit, you great Christian.
Powerful.
Aren't you?
You're
Ain't nothing like Christian love. Ain't there nothing like Christian love.
Christian
Ain't
love
nothing like
feels
them
so
Christian
warm.
love.
Stop saying
I
copy
feel
paste
so
things.
warm
Say
and
something original.
toasty.
You understand? Have
I
a
feel
conversation.
so-
Care
I
about
feel so
others.
warm.
I
and toasty.
actually am having a conversation, but respectfully, I took the trash out.
Thank you. Yeah,
Alright,
don't
moving
come
on.
up here asking that fucking condescending ass bullshit. Come up with an
And
argument
then talk
or
about
cry.
God.
Right.
What's up,
Crazy
how old are you?
word.
Hello. I just wanted to say
How
I'm
old are
under
you?
18. I'm
Oh,
under 18,
sorry.
but wait,
No,
before you,
no, 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 no.
We can't
Technical
talk to minors,
service.
my love. I'm sorry.
Alright, thank you so much for the heart me. Thank you so much, Kazak, for the hat and mustache. Appreciate you so much.
Hey, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
Hey, I'm 23.
Alright, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
Absolutely not. I just wanted to say something about the previous Christian lady, if that's okay.
You sure?
So, I'm not agreeing with her, first of all, let me just say that. But just real quick, like, people that are like, I don't know if it's okay for me to say, but like, people that are like obsessed with the Bible, right? Like, it's just, sorry, like, if it's rude for me to say, but
No,
someone
I
said
agree
this
with
to
you.
me once. Sorry to interrupt, sorry. I know, literally, someone said this to me once where it's like, if like you're really like into the Bible and everything, like you're into the whole Adam and Eve, blah blah blah, like if you actually want to look into it like that, then that would mean that they would have had kids to reproduce, right?
Yeah, and they use each other.
Exactly. So how does that make sense? Because that's literally against, like, I just wanted to say
And
that.
God didn't put down more people, but yeah.
Exactly. And it's like if you
But he's
you
all
can't
powerful, right?
prove it. Right. You can't like literally like you were not able to like I'm not saying that everything has to be seen, right? But it's like if you're saying like, oh, he's real, I know he's real, how do you know that? You're not able to
How do you
give,
know
like,
God isn't Satan?
exactly.
literally.
How do you
And
know?
why,
How do you
like,
know?
why are you
How do you know
uphold-
that
because
I'm not
Christian-
God?
No,
No, I don't. I
literally.
don't have a God
Also,
complex.
like,
I'm not God, but
no, literally.
I just think it's
want to
funny.
like say real quick, like Christianity is literally just like it's only for people that are like trying to uphold the
Coping.
patriarchy,
Coping.
and they're just like, oh, like a man is but like no. If you think that, then it's literally like this person being like, oh, you're so mad you don't like himself. You're literally into a religion that says you're worth less than someone else.
No, that
The
ass.
math isn't mathing.
especially as a woman, God hates you from the jump.
Yeah.
God literally made it to where like you're fucked as a woman. The
No,
laws go
literally,
against you in
no.
the Bible.
No, I just wanted to say that, but no, thanks for listening. I hope you
Yeah.
guys have a great
No, I
day.
appreciate you. Take
Thank
it
you,
easy.
you too, my love.
All right. W guest in the chat. That was
Her.
hilarious. All right, moving on. If you think that being lesbian is wrong, click the guest request to debate. Where in the Bible does it say it, Izzy? Have you ever heard where you're not supposed to speak in church? What's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 36.
All right. Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
I don't.
Thank you so much for the heartbeat. Oh, okay. Perfect. I am just looking for people to debate.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, not trying to sound rude or anything, but usually a debate, is opinions flying everywhere, So you guys is actually instead of getting upset with people's opinions, how about we just go back and forth,
Well,
Go
yeah,
back and
but when
forth,
people come up with
without-
opinions about our personal well-being, that's not a debate. She came up here with the sole intention of trying to call us out for being unhappy because we don't worship the
Oh
same
yeah,
God she
I agree with
does.
the
I don't fuck with that.
previous lady.
Yeah, but
I
unless
agree.
have you ever done a debate on a live?
Well, no, no.
Okay,
No.
so typically debates, if we're talking in professional realms, it's one person versus another, and you can look up their views so you kind of have something to go off of. But in these particular debates, I'm talking to hundreds of people at a time over a course of literally weeks. So I would completely disagree with you if you think that we don't get heated over topics that we're passionate about. Of course we do. And that's how that works. And if you go and watch professional debates as well, they also get heated and call each other names. That's just how debates go. I don't care if opinions are flying. That's how it ends up being. It's because we are both human beings with opinions and passionate about the opinions we have. And so, yes, I typically try to keep my emotional side out of it, but like people get personal all the time on here. And so you have to be able to figure out whether or not it's worth it to have the conversation with that person or not. But we are human beings at the end of the day. So unless you've ever watched a professional debate or you've watched, if you've done this yourself, then I don't really feel like you have a place to say that because you've never experienced it.
I mean, I'm just really trying to hear the conversations from both ends, but I feel like if it's a debate, one should let one speak and then one should respond. That's all I'm saying.
And how long have you watched me?
I've been watching you for maybe a month.
Okay. You don't think I've let somebody speak?
No, I'm speaking on Sam. Sam seems like she's letting people kind of upset her a little bit.
I would completely disagree with you. Sam's the most
I've been
composed
silent the
person
most
I've
of the
ever met in my
time.
entire life. That's why I have Sam on my panel. Sam keeps me calm, but Sam's the most composed person I've ever met in my entire life. In fact, lets people speak way longer than I do. But in
Okay,
regards
you
to the
got-
last person, that's why Sam was speaking the way that Sam was, because Sam didn't want that person to get a word in, because they were coming
Yeah,
in
'cause that
with
was
they were being
gross.
disingenuous.
I get it, Sam. You guys have a
Jennifer
good one.
W, thank you so much for the $25 on
Thank you, you too.
PayPal. I want to get 50 W's for Jennifer in the chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, Jennifer. Thank you so much for the $25 on Venmo.
Oh, fire, W.
All right. Is there anything else you wanted to say? I think you have to watch Sam, and then you would see, because that was a bad. I wouldn't say it's a bad representation. Sam didn't want that person to speak because they were being disrespectful. But especially that last girl, she literally wouldn't let anybody speak.
Yeah. All right. You guys have a good one, though. Okay.
You too. I appreciate you. Take it easy.
You too.
All right. Okay, moving on.
What's up?
What's up? How old are you?
21.
All right. Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
I think that there are aspects of it that are wrong.
I've talked to you before.
Such
What are the
as?
aspects?
Yeah. So, do you know that toy where there's like a triangle and then there's a triangle slot and then there's a circle and a circle slot and a square and a square slot?
Oh my god.
So, women can't even have sex with other women. So, that's an
Why do we
innate.
call it oral sex?
That's a good question. You could probably answer that for me.
Because it's
I don't really
considered
know.
sex.
Okay. Well, are you saying that you can be penetrated by a woman?
With a toy, yes, but also with my fingers, yes.
Right, but not by your partner though.
You mean with an actual?
Not by them though.
Nobody
Like,
has.
you
Nobody
need to
has an
put-
actual male member.
You need to
Neither
spend
of us have a
money.
male. Neither of us have a male member.
So it's so natural that you need to spend money to make it more natural. That's what you're
Natural?
saying. Yeah.
Toys are not.
Between women and other women, it's
I
just
don't-
so natural. You need to
Toys are
spend
not
money.
toys are not a requirement.
It kind of is though.
No,
It's really not.
Do you know that most women do not blast off from penetration?
Well, that's a fall on the male's end, not on the.
No, it's not. 81.
No,
it's a high
Yeah.
percentage of women that cannot blast off from penetration. That's like science.
Okay. Well, sounds like us men need to do better.
No, you
But
cannot. It doesn't matter about you, brother. It's the anatomy. It's literally that you have to stimulate the other part. That's what makes women
Okay.
blast off.
okay, sure. Then do both. But that's what's meant. That's how it's meant to be.
Prove it. Prove it.
How were you born? Were you born by two women?
Some women are born by two women.
But were you?
Me personally, no, but that doesn't really matter because women have children. Lesbian couples have
Like,
children all the time.
so like I'm talking to a person who was conceived by a man and a woman, basically.
Sure.
Okay.
Are you
Why does that
grateful
matter?
Well,
Why is
aren't
that
you-
relevant?
It's relevant because your opinion completely contradicts how you were born.
Doesn't, because my opinion is based off of statistics and reasoning and critical thinking, and lesbian people have children all the time via IVF in the same way that an infertile
Wait,
couple
what is
can
an
have
IVF?
kids. You don't know what IVF is, but you're going to sit up
No.
here and say that?
Yeah, I mean, you could also just explain it rather than insulting me.
Well, that's absurd for you to have such an opinion on something you know nothing about.
I wouldn't say I know
In vitro
nothing.
fertilization, you don't know what in vitro
Oh,
fertilization
vitro
is?
fertilization? Okay. Yeah, well, don't you need an outside sperm to put inside the woman for that?
Yeah, and why does that matter?
What? Why doesn't it matter?
Why
Because
does it matter?
where does that
a
sperm
straight
come from?
infertile couple uses the same shit I use. Why does that matter?
Where does the sperm come from?
We know it uses a man. Why does that matter?
Because you're using men to make, you're using male objects and male sperm.
And
to
why does that
make
matter?
Your relationship natural. Because if it were
Nobody's
natural, you
claimed that
wouldn't
it's.
need-
Nobody cares that it's natural. It's normal.
Okay,
I don't
sure.
appeal to nature, brother.
All right, well maybe you should.
You know what's also natural?
What's natural?
Cannibalism.
Says who?
The definition of natural.
Says
what's the
nature.
Says nature, brother. If you want to appeal to nature, I don't appeal to nature. I appeal to what's normal.
I mean, we don't have to appeal to all aspects of nature, but
No, if you appeal
Okay,
to
so then
nature,
you're
then
not
you're just
logically
logically
consistent,
inconsistent. Yeah, then you're just logically
well,
inconsistent.
I want to speak to something you said with regards to God. You brought up slavery for God. I just wanted to say, why does
don't care.
God have an obligation to adhere to your standard of morality?
I don't care. That's off topic.
Well, why does
if you want to
he-
go debate, if you want to go debate about God,
But
go talk
is
to Ian.
But God is anti.
I don't give a fuck about your opinion about God. We're talking about being lesbian.
All right, but you said that
I don't give a fuck. We're talking about you just
God is-
pivoted so hard. You just pivoted so hard because you lost.
I didn't pivot because I lost. I
Okay,
pivoted
so but we're then why
I
are you
wanted to
pivoting?
pivot. Because
Why
I
did-
want to pivot.
Why?
Because are you
Why?
anti-pivot?
Yes, because we were on one topic and you pivoted to God because you couldn't address what I said.
Okay, sure. Well, you can't even have sex with other women, and you think that
I
that's natural?
literally can't. So you think that using fingers and using your mouth is not sex?
No, not technically. Would you say
It
that
doesn't even
a
have to
girl
be-
who-
I don't really give a fuck if you think we can have sex or not, quite frankly, because
Well,
why does that matter?
That's convenient for you to think that. But
I don't give. Okay, but
would
why
you
the
say
fuck
that
does
a
that
girl-
matter? Does
would
that
you
make
say
it
that a-
wrong?
Would
Does
you
that
say
make it
that a-
wrong?
All right. Well, I'm just trying to say something. Would you say that a girl who claims she lost her virginity by fingers is valid in her claim?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's actually insane.
Yeah.
You
Why is it insane?
because that's not true at all.
How
Like
so?
I'd say most of your opinions have been valid except for that one. Because we
Okay.
know that losing your virginity has to do with penetration by a male genitalia. That's the
Yeah.
definition.
Where
of
where does
losing
it say
virginity.
that? Where does it say
Where
that?
does it say that?
What is sexual intercourse?
Sexual intercourse is
define it.
penetration from on a male's end toward a woman.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, unless you could prove me wrong. Except you're looking real hard at Google.
There.
There are different kinds of sex, which is why I don't even know why we're having this conversation. Like, it's already been accepted that there's multiple kinds of sex. Like, the one that you're talking about is specifically penetrative heterosexual sex, which is usually what we're referring to when we say sexual intercourse, but it's not the only kind of sex.
No, I'm not claiming that's the only kind of sex. I'm claiming that
Okay, so
that's-
then why is it that whenever she gave examples of sex, you kept saying that's not sex? 'Cause
Well-
it is. It's just not the one that you're talking about.
So here's the thing. You could drive a car in GTA 5. You could drive a car in a video game, or you could drive an actual car. And what driving an actual car looks like is heterosexual sex.
Okay, but we're not
Again-
attracted to men, so why the fuck does that matter?
Again, what you're implying is that penetrative sex between straight people is the only kind of sex, and that
I'm
all the
not
other
saying
kinds
that,
of sex. No, that's what you're implying. And you're
It's
saying
not.
all the other kinds of sex are fake or not as valid. But that's not true.
I'm not
Like, just
saying that,
because
though.
you value penetrative sex with a man and a woman over other kinds of sex doesn't make the other kinds of sex any less valid.
But the thing is, I'm not saying that they're not valid though. Because if I
Okay,
were,
so then
I would be
okay,
saying that.
okay, so then what is your point?
My point is, would you date a woman and never purchase a sex toy, like a male strap-on sex toy, like ever for the rest
Yes.
of your
Yes.
relationship? Ever?
Yes.
You would be completely fulfilled.
Yep,
And then-
because the number one fulfilling spot is the upper spot, which I can't say, but I can spell it for you if you'd like.
I don't think you need to spell it for me.
Okay, but you guys can never find it, so
Damn.
Oh yeah, speak for these other men because I can.
it doesn't sound like it since you really don't understand. You
It
didn't even know what
doesn't sound
IVF
like
is.
it. It doesn't
Yeah, you
sound
didn't even
like
know what
it.
IVF was.
All right, I don't need to know what an IVF is.
You
and
literally
what
said
sex
oral
is.
smacks isn't smacks, so I don't really give a fuck about what you have to say at this
I
point.
can guarantee you I've fucked more than you, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay. Maybe bought from
Okay.
the chat for this big boy.
Oh,
Yeah,
ew,
well,
this
you're
just
the one that's
this
trying to
became
ego
a
me
fucking.
right now. We could have an ego battle
No,
if you
that's
want.
so weird. Ew.
It's weird when I bring my ego out, but when they do, it's fucking hip hip.
Because
hooray.
now we're talking about bodies. She was talking about what you know about anatomy. Now you're talking about how many people you put your dick in. That's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's trying to make the claim that because I don't know what an IVF is, I don't sleep with women. Like, what the fuck?
You
does
know,
that
because you said oral smacks isn't smacks. But oral sex for women is the most pleasurable.
I'm pretty sure I
know
did
that?
not say that though.
You did though. You literally did. I said it's oral
Why am I
smacks,
not
not
saying
smacks.
that now?
So you
Because
concede
you're
on that
gaslighting
point?
us?
Thank
I
you so
don't
much
know.
for the love painting.
Oh, I'm gaslighting you? If I held that opinion, wouldn't I still hold it right now?
Okay,
It's not
everybody in the
convenient
chat.
for you,
Everybody
so
in the chat.
no.
Didn't he say that oral smacks isn't smacks?
What?
You can't even remember what you said. That's hilarious.
Bro, if I said that, then that would
Everybody
imply that I
said-
believe that. If I said that, then that would
you
imply I believe
okay,
that.
look how many yeses there are. Everybody said that you
Okay,
did say
then
that.
how about we start another poll and ask everybody,
Thank you, Grayson, for
why
this
am
one.
I
I did
not
get
still
rid of that
saying
then.
that? Why am I not still saying that if
because
I
you're
tweeted you
I
that?
don't because you don't remember saying it. I don't know.
Oh, because I don't. But you just reminded me. Apparently. So
Okay,
what?
so is oral smacks?
Sure, but it's
Okay.
not the peak form of sex by any means.
Peak according to who? You?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good thing you're not a lesbian, so it doesn't matter.
according to what women blast off from, it would be the most peak to have oral smacks with a woman.
Bro, but you're implying that blasting off is like what is the indication that you just had real sex? Is that what you're saying?
No, you said peak.
Okay,
I'm saying what's enjoyable.
So I was right. You are classifying all the other kinds of sex as fake, and this one is real.
I don't really think that's what I'm doing.
Okay, then what are you doing?
Nah.
What I'm
Y'all
doing-
heard that shit, right? Right?
What I'm doing.
I'm not
What
being gaslit today.
But
Fuck
the
out
thing
of
is, though,
here.
Sam, if I was saying that, I would say that right now, right?
No,
So you could
because it's not convenient for you.
You could
You're just
say-
What are you
gaslighting
saying?
us.
Then what are you saying? Then what are you saying, brother? Just say what,
What
you're
I'm-
saying then. Say it
I'm-
with your chest.
Am I able to? Or
Yeah,
am
go
I
ahead.
good? Okay. What I'm saying is that you can't even have real sex with another woman.
Bro!
Bro, I'm not saying that the other ones are fake.
And
I'm
why
just
does
saying
that matter?
they
What is
aren't-
the opposite of real?
listen.
The opposite of real? No.
There's
no.
a scale to realness. There's a scale, okay? So like I could be halfway transparent and honest with a person, or I could be 75% halfway transparent honest, or I could
So
be
you think
100%
lesbian sex is like half genuine? What the fuck does that even
I
mean?
wouldn't say half genuine, I'd say half real. Because you're not
Genuine
doing
and real are synonyms, genius.
Okay, I don't think that they are. I would use those terms in different contexts. But if it was as genuine,
Oh wait,
slash
it's
real.
you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, please. Oh my god.
So if you're implying that lesbian
Okay,
sex,
hold on for a second. Why the fuck does this matter? Are you saying that because we can't have real smacks that we're wrong?
it's not that you're wrong. It's just that you're not doing what you're meant to be doing. That's what I think.
Why
According
are
to
you
who?
stimulating your G spot in your back end?
No. Ew.
Okay, then you're wrong. Why not?
Why
Your
is that
G spot's
wrong?
back there.
But why is that wrong?
Because that's like your peak pleasure your spot, brother.
Nah, my peak pleasure spot is women, I would say. But
That literally makes no sense. If we're talking biology, which you were talking about, sir, talking biology, your G spot is in your back end.
all right.
It's
well,
unnatural. It's unnatural for you to
I'll
not.
never know. I'll never have a clue what that's like because I'm not gay, and
You don't
I'm
have to be.
You don't have to
heterosexual
be.
man.
Your woman can stick her fingers back there, brother.
Yeah, well, she's not ever gonna because we're having
Aw.
Adam and Eve barbaric sex inside of vines. And listen, you.
Toodaloo. What a useless conversation. What's up? How old are you?
I'm 50.
All right. Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
No, I'm a lesbian, married lesbian.
Period. I am just looking for people that do think it's wrong. Take care, okay? All right. Bye. All right. Only to one of you do think being lesbian is wrong. I do appreciate y'all. If you want to show love, you guys can send me DMs. I do check my DMs. But I am just looking for debate. Adam Eve is wild.
Hi, I didn't.
No. Jax, thank you so much for the ICU. You just left.
Yo, what's good?
How old are you, man?
37.
Okay, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
No, I'm from Los Angeles.
Cool. Well, I'm just looking for people that do think it's wrong.
W. No, I'm from Los Angeles. I mean, fair enough. It's a pretty clear place to be.
Yo, yo,
What's up?
yo.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
All right, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
I don't think it's wrong, but I also don't think it's the right thing. But I don't knock people who are lesbian.
Why?
Okay, so I fear we don't mean the same thing when we say that. Because we also don't think it's right or wrong. We think it's amoral. I think what you mean is you don't want to say you think it's wrong, but you actually think it's wrong. So.
I don't think it's wrong.
Okay, so what do you think it is?
That's a good question. Maybe I would describe it as maybe people are still trying to get used to the fact, you know what I mean? Because it was something that wasn't talked about that much up until Obama's administration, when they really started to really talk about like same-sex marriage and stuff like that. So I think it's just a thing of just getting used to, but I don't think it's wrong. But I don't really know what else to say about it for real.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Well, appreciate you, man. Take it easy.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. Quick thing, guys, question. If you do think being lesbian is wrong, and we're moving on. What's up? How old are you?
Hi, I'm 19.
All right. Do you think being lesbian is wrong?
Okay, I know that you're saying that you're only talking to people who think that lesbians are wrong, but I feel like Christians here are getting a lot of hate. And my mom is a lesbian, and I was raised Christian. And my big thing here is people who are arguing with the Bible. There's been so many translations in it that we do not know today that it is exactly what it says.
Well, we already debunked that homosexuality wasn't in there.
Okay.
Yeah. You
thank
should
you for
watch.
coming up.
There's like back in 1946 is when they originally translated the Bible to I think it was NIV or something like that. That they removed like the words like it's Malakoi and Arsenicatoy, which in those times were like sexual abusers, and then in Romans it was pedicos, which means PDF, and it's ironic that PDFs, who were so prevalent in the time, like biblical times, it's not in the Bible anymore. PDFs, you can't find it in the Bible because they removed that part and they put homosexual in place.
Yes, so therefore with it being wrong, I just want to say that most Christians that come up on here, they're going to tell you that it's wrong and use that stuff against you guys, but the way that I look at it is you guys were put here and everyone has a choice in everything you do, so continue to be you and don't listen to these dumb people.
All right, take it easy. Appreciate you.
You too.
All right, moving along. Oh, and he was a fairy. Only joining if you do think being lesbian is wrong. What's up, Jax? How old are you?
I'm 28. Oh my gosh. I only want to be quick. I've been watching you and Sam for so long. You guys are amazing. I really wanted to say something to narcotics because I had 2 points and claims that were really important, I feel like, because what the fuck? Oh my god. So my first one, even straight couples can use toys. Like, all the time they do it. Okay, so
especially when men have small peens.
Right? I mean, Jesus. And then 2, how about you go on Google narcotics and you can search that over 1,500 species of animals display homosexuality. Yeah. So it's like, come on, like just, oh my gosh, I just wanted to make that claim because it is so okay. It's so natural. Like, I'm a bisexual woman, just happened to end up, with a man, it's cool. It's whatever. But like, what the hell? Like, everything's natural. Like, this is so cool.
We've talked to him a lot.
I just wanted to make those 2 claims that any type of couple can use toys, and even
he
animals
thinks that aliens are real based off of little to no evidence. I fear there's no. Yeah,
it's painful. I just wanted to come up and make those 2 claims because all his claims were so irrelevant, and he's just like, well, I can satisfy a woman, so I'm right. Which, ew, literally ew. So thanks for letting me come up. You two are so freaking.
Oh,
thank you. Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Appreciate you. I didn't even remove them. They removed themselves. But I appreciate you. Take it easy, okay? All right. Moving on.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
What's up, Alder?
Hey.
I'm 18.
Okay, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
No, I just wanted to come up here and be like, no hate on any of y'all. Y'all are great people. Everybody, people are just mean sometimes. So just wanted to come up here and, give y'all some words of affirmation. Y'all are cool people. Have a good night, everybody. I don't know. I like coming up here, especially with these things, because people be getting really, really mad. And so, no, I do not think it's wrong. Love who you guys want to love. At the end of the day, it is your life.
Appreciate you, brother.
Have a good night, everybody.
You too, man. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for the roses, by the way. Fist.
All right, take care, Jake. All right. Only one of you do think that being lesbian is wrong. Narcotics, get out of my. We can't say that word. Your username sucks, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how is that your username, by the way?
I know, literally.
I don't know how you evaded TikTok like that.
For real. Alright, this person's taking too long. Request up to join if you do think that being lesbian is wrong.
Oh shit, I got a speed run. Hold on.
You got a speed run?
Yeah.
Your makeup?
I didn't even get to do the cool shit yet. I gotta leave in like fucking 30 minutes.
What's up, how old are you?
How you doing? So to just kind of get straight to it, I don't think being a lesbian is wrong. Culturally, I think that people see being a lesbian or being gay is wrong. And the reason I even bring that up is because I'm trying to structure my thoughts a little bit better here. So,
You're good, man. Take your time.
on a personal level, right, when you look at sexuality, of course, all that's determined by who you are, just determined by your environment, and just the kind of individual that you are, right? But then we hit things on a cultural level, and we've already kind of gone over some of those things. So when narcotics and carnality, we've had religion go through, and I really feel like that's the key issue here, is that on the cultural level, being a lesbian or being homosexual is wrong, and the problem.
Okay, explain that.
So the reason I say on a cultural level is that I know you said you don't really subscribe to like the natural way of things all the time, but looking at it from a cultural level, it's all driven by social norms. It's all driven by who we are as people, what we all believe as people. Religion is a big player into that. Of course, you have Christianity saying, "Oh, gay is wrong, gay is bad," whatever.
You gotta say GAY. You gotta censor your words, brother. Otherwise, I'll
I'm
get
sorry.
banned. It's okay, man.
But being liking anyone else of the same gender is wrong. They have it. They say it like that, but that's because of outside sources. That's because of outside influences, right? We have, social pressures. You have people very, just malicious individuals. Again, I don't want to use the guy who was just in here too much, but he's a key example, right? I think it's wrong because I think it's wrong, which is, I remember, I've been watching you for a little bit. I remember you saying earlier that, God, I'm trying to remember exactly how you said it because I don't want to put words in your mouth. Remember you had said earlier that, I'm just going to brush past that because, like I said, I can't remember exactly what you said. But it was like something along the lines of, God, my mind's not working. But when I'm getting back to the main point is that in the sense of how we perceive things, like we're animals. Just like the young lady came on here, and I'm sorry, I didn't even say how old I was. I'm 31 years old. But the young lady earlier was saying, it's supernatural, it's super, it's something that just occurs in life. And, those are the outliers. Even, being part of the LGBT community, it doesn't make up a majority. And when things don't make up the majority, everything else finds it disturbing to a degree. Outliers will always be targeted into that thought process.
Does that make it wrong, though?
I won't say, I can only speak for myself. Me, I don't think it's wrong. But culturally and the people who I've been around.
Are you just saying like you are understanding why people think it's culturally wrong? Do you personally think it's culturally wrong?
I don't personally think it's culturally wrong, no.
Okay, are you just kind of playing devil's advocate?
I don't want to say I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm a notorious fence sitter in the places that I debate. So I'm sorry if I came on here and wasted your time.
No, it's okay, man.
So,
I was just trying to see like where you were coming from culturally, like especially once you said like when I feel like you didn't even you don't feel like it's culturally wrong because you said once you said that like once it's an like a outlier that people deem it as wrong, then I feel like that's where I was like I don't think you think it's culturally wrong
yeah, so
because you wouldn't deem all outliers as wrong.
no, I personally wouldn't deem all outliers as wrong. And, again, that's why I said I hope I'm not wasting your time. I feel strongly about this topic too. I have a lot of friends who are of that, persuasion. I have a lot of people in my life who are of that persuasion. And I personally don't demonize them. I don't subscribe to it myself, but I'll never make anyone else feel as if they're, wrong or try to make them feel wrong for how they feel.
So you don't think it's culturally wrong, and you don't think that it's like wrong at all?
I'm just gonna say no, and I'll just let someone else hit the box because, like I said, I don't want to take up too much time with
You're good,
my
man.
ramblings.
No, it's okay. All right, well, take it easy, brother.
Thank you for your time.
All right. Moving on. You got to go at 3:30, Sam. Okay. What's up, Patrick? How old are you?
I'm 36 from Minnesota. First of all, I was going to say, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there. But yeah, I was going to say, like, I don't understand what is so wrong with who you want to love. Like, no one, if you're a straight man, because I'm a straight man, and I've never once told LGBTQ plus member, like, you need to decide, you need to go on the opposite what everyone's saying. Like, can we not just love each other? Can we not be a nation? Like, that's really, I don't care if you're left, you're right, you're in the middle. Can we just love each other? Like, who cares? If she wants to be with a woman, let her be with a woman. If she's happy and they make each other happy, can we not just be happy?
Especially because it doesn't hurt anybody.
Exactly. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, and too, like, as far as, like, I'm going to speak for males, obviously, but, like, they're, oh, well, so-and-so is GAY. Well, that means there's more women for you to have. So what is your problem with whoever someone wants to love? We are all people. What is wrong?
We need more straight allies like you, bro.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
and you know what, too? And so, like I said, I'm just going to throw this out here, but I'm supporting Trump. But there's so many people from the LGBT plus community that are now getting hated on for voting one way or another, and it shouldn't matter straight, other side, whatever.
Well, I would say I think the part about that, what's hard is like, okay, let's say I know Trump says it has nothing to do with Project 2025, but if Project 2025 gets put in place, because it's literally a Republican playbook, if it gets put in place, the LGBTQ plus community is fucked.
Well, actually, he never once agreed to that.
But everybody, like, if you actually look into like who wrote it, it's all his people. So I feel like he's.
But
What's up, Aaron?
I was gonna say he never.
You gotta like look at the people that wrote it and gotta look into it because it's a Republican playbook that they're just gonna pull from. His entire party wrote it.
He already outed and said he is not.
Of course he's not gonna admit to that. I don't trust him. He lies all the time. He lies all the time. He lied and said that he never saw Eugene Carroll. He's never met her in a day in his life, and then got civilly convicted of raping her.
Okay, and you think everything Kamala is saying is true?
No, but we're talking about Trump.
But we're also not talking Project 2025 because he does not endorse that. It is Agenda 47.
What's Agenda 47?
Look it up.
Okay.
I mean,
It's Project 2025 Light.
I was just going to say it's a lot to try and explain to you.
Kamala, sorry everybody.
Yeah, and see, and that's the other thing too that really kind of sets me off is the fact that But he's openly. You realize he's openly said out loud publicly that he doesn't want gay marriage to be legal. So it doesn't even matter if, like what's in Project 2025 besides the heinous shit that's in Project 2025.
like he's openly against it anyways.
Well, I mean, hold on. So, like I said, and I am very Christian, but still, to me, you love who you love. Whoever makes you happy makes you happy. But like I said, if you really go in and look at Agenda 47, hold on. Wake up, America. Come on, bro. You sound stupid. If you really want to talk that, get in the box. Otherwise, be quiet, because that was stupid.
All right, Patrick. Well, I appreciate you, man. I am just looking for people to debate. So take it easy,
no
okay?
problem. Yep, you too.
All right. All right. I'm going to do like one more, and then I'm going to hop off and go eat.
As you should.
What's up, dude? How old are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, I'm 26. How are you?
I'm good. Do you think that being lesbian is wrong?
To me, yes. But I'm a Christian man, and I know that may sound weird to you. I don't know if you believe in that or not. But I'm sorry.
Why would that sound weird?
I don't know. I mean, just because for him it is an abomination. God says that. But it is a sin, and all sins are equal. So it doesn't matter if you are lesbian.
This is where I find super flaw in your morality. So you think it's a sin, and you think all sins are equal. I would say in my worldview that schmurder is worse than gossip.
Well,
in your book, you think that God calls gossip an abomination, and you think gossip is equivalent to schmurder. And I would say in no fucking morality in my world are those equal.
Well, they are equal, but the thing is think about it. Is if you murder somebody, if you lie.
Gotta say schmurder. Schmurder.
Oh, I can't. My bad. But if you say all these things, right, it's unethical to do one thing over the other. So
yes, but sins are not equal because we watch God use different language, right? Like 4 things all the time. He calls them abominations. He calls them different things. The 7 things God hates the most. We watch him use different language to explain the sins he hates the most already. So you're kind of wrong on that off the bat. But really, why should I care? Because
okay.
To me, I don't give a fuck what a sin is. I don't believe in sins.
Okay, but here's another question too: is do you love life and do you value life as well?
Yes.
Okay, so with the man and the man, they can't create life. Same goes for the woman and the woman.
They can.
They can't. If you can you prove it to me that they can?
Yeah, IVF, the same things that an infertile couple uses. That's how they create life.
Can you say that? Can you please give me some background?
Yeah, IVF. Look up. Do you want me to do your research for you? Okay.
I guess so. Yes, please. Because
in vitro fertilization.
I mean, why in the world has basic biology textbooks in my 6th grade class back then in the day? Why is it saying that there was only 2 sexes and a man and a woman and a woman can't create a baby, but a man and a woman
because
can?
We have modern day.
But why in the world is
modern
so? Why
day
has
medicine that was created for infertile couples?
Why has the textbooks changed? Why is that?
Because we have modern day.
Wait, hold on. It's not even because the textbooks have not changed. If you look at a 6th grade textbook, it's not likely they're going to tell you about things like IVF or surrogacy because it's not relevant to them yet. But when you get older, if you were to go to, say, a university class or an advanced biology class in high school, they will teach you about things like IVF and surrogacy. This is not new. The first artificial insemination happened in the 1930s. This is not like a new thing. Just because you didn't learn about it doesn't mean it's not true. And also, no biology textbook is going to say verbatim, men and women cannot have, women and women, men and men cannot have intercourse. Because again, that's not a scientific claim.
Then why in the world, every time I looked into this, right? And I mean, I've been in my 6th grade class and I graduated from middle school and I graduated from high school and I have some college experience. But why in the world, right? Why in the world do I remember that? And I remember it all. But why in the world has it all of a sudden changed? And
because science evolves and biology evolves.
And what you're stating, why hasn't that been since you said what year did you say, like 1930s or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so why was that not including in my textbook when I was in class during, I think, 2011? Why was that not mentioned? Why was that not
They
mentioned? But
don't
now
teach
it
you
is
the
all of a sudden
basics,
mentioned.
sir. That again, that's not surrogacy and IVF are not in textbooks now either.
Why weren't they in the first place?
Because it's not relevant to a sixth grader.
Because it's not right. Because it's you cannot physically.
No, it is
a man
correct.
And a man cannot physically make a seed. It just can't do it. It just cannot have.
No, we use IVF, in vitro fertilization. We use the same things. Can an infertile couple have a child? Can an infertile couple have a child?
A what?
Can an infertile couple have a child?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure at all. I'm just saying.
Do you know what infertile means?
I do not. No, I don't.
Holy fuck, bro. Then why are you talking about this
Okay,
if you
so
have no idea what infertile is?
I'm just gonna have to say, if two lesbians, right, if they decide to have a baby, they can't have a baby. They just can't do it. What they can
They
do,
can't have-
they can go to a
they
sperm
can-
bank
you-
and they can
they can.
inject someone else's sperm to
And
themselves.
why is that wrong?
Why is it wrong? I'm not saying
It's not.
wrong.
Is it wrong for the straight couple that's infertile that uses it?
I'm just saying no. I'm just saying. You
So then
cannot
what's your-
make
then
a
why are you
kid
bringing
with
it
a
up?
Woman and a woman. That's what I'm
Then
saying.
why? But we can the same way an infertile couple can have a kid.
I'm just saying you cannot have a kid, or you can have a kid, but it's going to be with someone else's sperm, not your partner's sperm.
We
That's
know
what I'm saying.
that, but we can. It's still having a child. That woman still
Okay,
gets
so
pregnant and
that
conceives
brings-
a child and has a
that
child.
brings me to the question where I said, do you value and love life? If you cannot create life with the same partner sex as what you have, then why in the world do you, if you love life, you're just being a hypocrite saying you don't love life because you're not producing life. You're just not doing it.
Okay, so
loving
is
life-
being infertile? Well, is being infertile wrong?
What?
Is being infertile wrong? Wait, again, do you know what infertile means?
I do not know what infertile means
You're
now.
unable to reproduce.
Yeah, to be infertile means you are not able to have children, or at least not able to do so naturally.
1 in 7 people are infertile.
Okay.
This includes straight people.
So like,
Yes.
okay, I see what you're saying. So so with that, I mean, it's not wrong with that, but I mean, what you can't
But they're
do
not-
is
but
if
they're
you-
But they're not
creating
producing
life.
life.
But I know, I understand that. But
Oh,
if
so
you
you're
love
just
life,
so then you just hold a double standard.
no. What I'm saying is, if you love life, right? And this can be with an infertile person who can't have a kid. And like what
Okay,
I'm
loving
saying,
life does not mean that I have to have a child. Do you understand those?
no, but I mean, like you
That's
wouldn't be
completely
here if you didn't
subjective,
love
and
life.
I'll prove it to you, ECAT. It's completely subjective. Do you think everybody should be a parent?
Was that everyone should be a parent?
Do you think everybody should be a parent?
I mean, I think honestly, in one of their lifetimes, yes. And what?
Yes, you think everybody should be a parent?
Maybe yes. I mean, like I'm 26, right? And I don't have the responsibility to have a kid. I'm just not financially responsible. In the future, yeah, I would love to be a parent. I'd love to.
I'm not talking about you. I'm saying should everybody be a parent when we see the adoption systems, when we see the abuse children go through, the neglect, the cases that we see, the foster care system. Should everybody be a parent? The children that get born and they are addicted to substances. Do you think that everybody should be a parent?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna just want to have a kid and treat it horribly, no.
Okay, so then you don't even uphold to your own standard.
No, what I'm saying is everyone can change their life. I mean, you can change your life, and I can change my life. I mean,
Okay,
you know.
but it's subjective. So what you're pushing is the narrative that everybody should be, that I don't love life because I don't want to have a child. And that's just, like, idiotic to say.
No, what I'm saying is if you love life and you just
People love life for different reasons. Do you realize that? People don't just love life to bring life. People love life to go and travel. People love life to go and do separate things. People love life and have their career because they love life. People are artists and all kinds of things, and they're consumed in their own life. But that doesn't mean that they have to bring a child into the world to love life.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, a man and a man and a woman and a woman, they just can't produce a kid. And
Why is this morally relevant?
it's relevant because I mean, the reason why I did request to join was the question, right, on top of you. Why is being lesbian wrong? And I have family that is gay, and guess what? I still love them to death. I mean, they're family, right?
You're not answering the question. Stop doing what you're doing and just
Why
answer the
is this
question.
morally relevant?
It's just, in a way, think about it. You can't produce life. And
Why is this morally relevant?
it's relevant because think about it.
Morally.
I can produce
there-
life, but that's subjective, and we just came to the conclusion that everybody should be a parent. I can
Yeah.
produce a life. Why
You
the
would-
fuck does that matter, though?
Would you want to have someone else's sperm inside you from a sperm bank to produce life? I mean, even if you have a lesbian
If I
partner,
can't have a
that's very-
child, yes, because also, do you realize how much money it takes to have a child too? For us to go through that, like I have to spend thousands of dollars to just have a child. That means I really want a fucking child. You don't. You just get to freely have a fucking child. Congratulations. I don't, which means I really want a fucking child.
If you want a child, then be with a man.
I can't. I'm not attracted to them. Do you think sexual orientation is a choice?
You just said you wanted a child, though. So why would you want
Do
to
you
have
think
someone
sexual
else's sperm?
orientation is a child?
And then let's be with the
Because
man.
I'm not having sex with that man, dude. It's what you
Why
have to do to
not?
have a child. And also,
They're
there's
not
different ways to have a
attracted
child.
to men. Okay, wait.
So you want to
I
have
think the
you want to have a
problem-
kid, but the person giving you the kid, you're not attracted
They are not.
to. I'm
not
I'm
attracted
just not
to
getting
men.
that.
Okay, are you attracted to men, guest?
No,
Why not?
because I mean,
Because what?
It's just wrong for me, and I just don't like that, and it's against my
Okay,
values, and I
lovely.
think it's unethical.
Guess
And
what?
the way how
Lesbians
life gets
also don't
reproduced,
like
I
men.
get to spend time with a woman, and as what you
What are you
said, have sex with them, right?
Okay.
And have life with them, and have a kid. And you
Okay,
can't really do that
great.
with the same sex partner.
How many times do I have to go over that we can have a child?
I know you
are
can
you
have
not?
a child,
Are you?
but why would you want to have a child that is someone else's sperm and you have no idea whose they are? I mean, they could be.
One, you get to
definitely
pick.
know who they are.
You get
know
to
who
pick.
they are.
If you want to
obviously-
have a child, why
Will
would
you
you
let-
still want to pick to have a child with another same-sex partner? Why don't you just have a child with the
Because we're not attracted. Can you go have sex with a man? No, you can't. I can't have sex with a man. I'm not attracted to them. Do you think sexual orientation is a choice?
Then why do you want a kid if you're not attracted to him?
I don't want a child. I'm playing into your argument. That's how
No,
debates work.
okay, my bad. I'm saying if you did want a child, right? Why
Yeah,
would you
I
want-
know I was playing into your argument. So why the
Okay.
fuck are you clocking me saying, "Well, you want a child"? I was
Okay,
playing into your argument.
Okay,
Holy
I'm just
fuck.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. You said that if you wanted a child, you said if you wanted a child, why would you not want to have it with the person who's providing you the sperm for it instead of just
Because I'm not
They're
attracted to them.
men.
what?
I'm
They're
not attracted to men. What do you think being a lesbian
If you're
is?
not if
I'm
you're not attracted to men, then why would you want to have a child?
You don't have to be attracted
Are you
to someone
asking
to
the
want a
most
kid?
maternal beings on the planet why they want to have a child?
Are you infertile?
Maternal. Women are maternal.
Yeah, I know. I'm
You're
saying,
asking why the most maternal beings on the planet want to have a child?
I'm saying why would you if you wanted a child and if you chose
Because
to have a
that
child
doesn't
with your lesbian
doesn't
partner,
matter
why
if
would
you're
you
with
have
a
to go to the
man.
local sperm
That's
bank and
that,
get it?
brother.
asking.
That doesn't matter who you're with. That is a subjective experience. People see children and want to have children. That doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or who you're with.
Oh, well, I'm just saying it's basic science and you cannot.
You don't even know basic science. You didn't even know what IVF was. You didn't even know what infertile meant. You don't even know basic science.
I still don't know what IVF is, and I've been and graduated, and guess what? Still don't know what it is. You somehow know what it is, but it wasn't in our textbooks.
I know what it is because I fucking looked this shit up and I don't hold opinions on things that I don't know about.
Okay, I'm just saying, why in the world was it not in our textbooks when we learned this
We've
shit?
explained the question. How many goddamn times do we need to explain it to you?
Well, why? Okay, why is it in our government? Why
Are
is it
you not?
in our
Are you
government
not?
textbooks?
Are you okay? This conversation, you have not taken in anything we've said, not a single thing we've said.
Neither have
This
you.
is the most pointless conversation because
Neither
you
have
literally
you.
have not taken in anything that we've said. No, I've countered every argument you've made, and you've not taken a single thing in I've said.
No, I'm just saying with the basic science. I'm giving you basic science, and you're proving it by saying stuff with IVFs and stuff.
Do you know?
Why wasn't this
do you know-
IVF shit in my textbook?
Anyway, do you know what a high yield savings account is, guest?
A what?
A high yield savings account.
I'm just going to assume that it's something that's a high priority savings account. I guess I'm not sure.
No, A high yield savings account is a savings account that has an especially high interest rate in favor of the person who is opening the account, not in the favor of the bank. I bring this up because I didn't know this until I left school. However, it's recommended that you have one of these accounts at the age of 18, and they still didn't teach it to us in school. There are things that you need to know as an adult that our school system fails to teach us, which is on the fault
I agree with you there.
of the school system. Okay,
I agree
so
with
then
you there.
why is your point? Why didn't we learn about this when we know that the school system sucks at teaching us things?
You're completely right. And, my mother is a teacher. And she just gets paid awfully. So I just don't understand why. I understand what you're talking about. There are some things that need to be taught. And, the teachers get completely just sucked with with low salary teaching these things. But, there are some things you're saying are right, saying that, yeah, some things need to be taught. But also, it's just awful how this wasn't in the textbooks. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes, I agree. I think it should have been in the textbooks.
Okay.
It just happened to
Are they
not
in the
be.
textbooks now? I don't know if you've
No.
seen. They're not in the textbooks now?
They're in textbooks in college. I know because I'm in university right now. If I were to take a biology class here, they would tell me about in vitro fertilization. But in high school, probably not, because they consider that too advanced for us.
No. Well, my bad. I was taking a drink of water. But anyway, think about what the science stuff. Some of it's awful, and I don't even know with the IVF stuff because think about theory of evolution. Why are we teaching that? It's considered a theory. It's in the word.
Do you know what a theory is? Do you know
Yes,
the
I know what
difference
a
between a
theory is.
hypothesis?
Why are we teaching a theory?
What is the difference between a hypothesis and a theory?
Hypothesis is a theory before you hit up your experiment, as is a theory is.
Nope.
Yes, it is. A hypothesis is something you're going to make up before you hit the science experiment and do your stuff. I did this.
So what is a theory?
A theory is a subjective, made-up stuff of someone else's idea. So if you look up, it is a theory is someone else's idea that we're taking about. The theory of evolution. It's called the theory.
Do you know what the scientific method is, guest?
I don't know the scientific method, but I'm saying that
you should stop talking. You should really stop talking.
The scientific method is
and you should
the
go back to
order
school.
in which certain things are studied in science. They are each given a different label in reference to what stage in research they're at. Hypothesis is the very first step. It is simply a question. It is something you want to know. The very last step that you hope to achieve, because not every hypothesis reaches this point, is theory. Theory is the highest point something can reach because nothing will ever be 100% proven. What we do have is evidence pointing in a certain direction, and whatever has the most evidence substantiating it is considered theory, which is actually very high praise. It starts as a hypothesis, set like 5 points after that, it has the potential to become a theory. So you'd learn about evolution because there's a lot of evidence pointing to it being the case.
Okay.
Do you think the Earth has a core?
Yeah.
That's a theory.
It's a theory.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we can't
Do you think
go in there.
Do you think we have gravity?
Well, we go up. If we
Do you
jump.
think we have gravity?
Well, if we jump up.
Yeah, that's a great way of testing things, right? Demonstrating
Yes,
whether
if
things
we- if-
exist.
yes, if we jump up-
That's a theory. That's
we-
a theory, bud.
If
That's
we
a
jump
theory.
up, we're not going up, are we?
Yeah, that's how we demonstrate things that are real and true. And we have evidence to back that. So to back up the theory of gravity, we can demonstrate gravity.
Yeah. Well,
You need to go back and read a science book hard. And you need to
Okay.
go back and read about all of the shit that you're talking about,
I
because
will read the science book and.
it is ridiculous that I am literally 22 and know way more than you.
Okay, so I'll go back and read the science book, and I could try to come back to this live, and I'll see if there's any IVFs in that science book.
That doesn't matter. You can look up what IVF
Oh,
is.
but
Why
you
does it
told
need to
me
be in
to
a
read
science
it,
book? No, because you
Well, it
didn't
would
know what the
depend
fucking
on what book
scientific
you
theory
read.
was. You tried to dog on evolution because you said it was a theory without knowing what a theory means and what it is. That's why I told you to read a science book.
Okay, so you think that we came from monkeys?
Our greatest ancestor is a great ape, not monkeys.
Why are we still not being, transformed from monkeys to humans?
Because evolution
hasn't happened.
it
It's a
happens. If
theory.
you would let me fucking speak, thank you very much. Because evolution happens over millions of years, and if you would read a book, you'd know that. So we started from a single-celled organism, and then we've evolved over millions and millions of years to become Homo sapiens.
So monkeys were millions of years old back then, right?
It's not a monkey; it's a great ape. There's a difference.
Okay, so it's a great ape. So a great ape was millions of years old before it turned into a human. So it's been alive for millions of years, right?
We are still apes, by the way.
We are still apes.
We share two our genetic code. It literally is. We share the same gene code as great apes.
Oh, all right.
But we're
Well,
classified as great apes, but our greatest ancestor, we share the same.
all right.
If you just looked into shit without holding these opinions, you wouldn't look as silly, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you just look up what's it called? Look up a sophomore university biology textbook. It'll explain all this.
All right, I will look into that. But as for the meantime, I do have to go. I had to go somewhere. I'm sorry about that. I wish we could talk more, but
I don't. I don't want to sit here younger than you trying to explain shit. That's ridiculous. There's
As someone who wants to become an educator, that was a very depressing thing to watch.
Also, you're 20. And
true.
That was painful. All right, that's going to be it for tonight.
Yeah.
You got to go
For good
too.
reason. I do. Luckily, my train just got delayed by 15 minutes.
Oh, good. So you got time.
Let's go. Yes.
I'm going to go
Barely.
eat. You should text me and send me videos of Conan.
Absolutely.
Okay. Absolutely. All right, y'all take it easy.
Thank you guys for suffering with us. Bye.
Bye.